Get it. Hey, get it, don't quit it. Woo!
What's up, y'all?
He's excited because it's Friday.
Friday's, which means we're a day late.
Get your juice.
We're a day late.
A day late and $1 short.
Welcome to Anatomically Correct.
Yep.
You know who we are.
Matt and I had a conversation. We've come to a conclusion. Matt said it, that I've got a couple inches on him.
He does.
That being said, what's the topic today?
Well, you know, since that was such a natural segue, I think to understand in anything where we're gonna go and where we are, we must first understand our past.
Yeah, how did we get here? Where have we come? Where did we come from? Where we've gotten to this point?
Where we been?
This point meaning where we are now in the fitness world, while we're here at Chucktown Fitness, and
how did we get here?
How did we get here? Well, we got to start from the beginning. Not from the very beginning, but I would say probably like 30s, 40s, 1930s, 1940s.
When exercising started to become like a thing.
Yeah.
That people thought about.
Yeah, in the 40s, this is a little fact that I recently found out, is that it was very discouraged for women to exercise.
Yeah.
Very discouraged because they thought it would injure and hurt their uterus.
It's true. We were just kind of assholes to women a lot too. We're gonna be honest.
Women need to stay at the house. So you
protect that uterus.
So you protect that uterus.
Protect it.
So yeah, women didn't exercise, and stretching was big too. And they say that jumping jacks were. They started using jumping jacks in the military for training and stuff.
Yeah.
I had to feel that jumping jacks were around before the 1940s, but maybe not.
They gotta be.
Jumping jack?
I don't
it took
think
us that long to figure out how to do that?
Like, hold up, if I do this, you feel that?
Yeah.
Do you feel that beat? Well, whatever. So,
and just, we're going to go through the trends of
decades of fitness.
Yeah, decades of fitness. But between the 40s and the 60s, it was absolutely ridiculous. And we've got some clips for you guys to check out.
It was wild.
Man, I just can't imagine. I just cannot imagine. But I know what was one of the big things that they thought massaging and vibrating.
Just shaking the hell out of people.
The vibrating belts.
So we went from protect your uterus to let me throw you in this contraption.
Y'all can't. The women can't work out, but we can put the belt around your booty and shake the hell out of it.
Maybe I should have done
they
that.
Thought it helped. They thought it helped remove toxins.
Yeah, and like the thought was it was breaking up the fat cells and the fat tissue, and then that was gonna like tone the muscle and remove the fat.
What if it did? That'd be awesome. But
unfortunately,
now we know that it does not.
We found out not too long after that it did absolutely nothing except maybe give you a good time. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't a good time.
What else? We talk about the 40s through the 60s, roughly. Talk about the hula hoop.
The hula hoop.
Yeah, hula hoop.
Can you hula hoop?
I can hula hoop.
You got the hips?
Yeah, I do actually. I know I can hula. You got to have the right size. If the hula hoop is too small, it's based on, I don't know if you call that physics or what, but if the bigger you are, you have to have a bigger hula hoop.
Yeah, once you get that swerve.
Yeah, I got it, man.
That
I got
swerve.
it. I've always had it. But the hula hoop, that was like kind of in the 50s.
And they actually, I'm gonna drop you some hula hoop knowledge.
Give it.
The ancient Egyptians and even the Greeks were some of the first to be known to hula hoop.
Right.
Yeah, I read that.
What would they make their hula hoop out of? Wood?
I don't know. Probably bamboo.
They had bamboo. Guess they could have bamboo.
I don't think bamboo's new.
How did they? Anyway, hula hoop. The hula hoop, and one of the biggest names in fitness back then was Jack LaLanne.
Yeah, good old Jack.
He had the longest running fitness show, man, of all time.
Tell them what you said about me.
Oh, I said, Matt, if you look at some of Jack LaLanne's younger pictures, I said, Matt, you could look like Jack LaLanne a little bit.
That's a compliment. I don't know if I agree. I'd have to look at side by side. That's a compliment.
Yeah.
That dude was the fitness god of his time.
The fitness guru, man. And he was the guy that invented, what we now use as the resistance bands. That was his big thing.
He had the juicer, too.
The juicer, revolutionary.
Yeah.
Dude.
Dude was ahead of his time.
Pretty cool.
He saw a rubber band and he saw an apple and he's like, I'm going to stretch that and I'm going to juice that and I'm going to make a fortune. And y'all are going to love me.
Hey, what about the 70s, man?
70s, when I think of 70s, I think jazzercise.
Jazzercise. That's when they took that next step. Jazzercise is like basically like dance moves.
Dude, they were getting it back then too. I mean, that was disco, right? Disco was 70s?
Yeah, it's like
just
it's all choreographed, like dance moves.
It was just that decade of 70s was feeling it. Bell bottoms.
Hey,
You think we wear tight pants now?
roller skating.
Roller skating
Back in
for
the
fitness,
70s.
not just as like a casual thing. Like actually, I'm gonna strap these babies
Dude,
up.
I used to hit the roller skating rink up when I was a little kid, man. I used to think it was awesome.
Dude, I just couldn't wait.
Lights
for
to
that.
go down. The lights go down and the strobe lights start flowing.
Did they have rollerblades? Did y'all do rollerblades?
No, I never got into rollerblades, and I never really got into roller skating, but it was fun.
If you showed up, I'm 33. If you showed up to an elementary school field trip at the skating rink and you had your own rollerblades,
Yeah.
just watch the hell out.
Man, I used to
Like
wreck-
you didn't mess with that person. Like they knew.
all the guys that had their own pair of roller skates, you know, that were doing all their tricks and going backwards. I used to crush those dudes and wreck into them when I was a little kid.
To me, that's
out
like
of control around the corner.
Oh, okay. I think you meant crush them like you beat them in races.
No, I never beat them in races. I like to beat their
To me,
asses.
that's like to me that's like having your own bowling ball. You show up with your own skates. You show up with your own bowling ball.
Absolutely,
No doubt.
I agree. What
No
about
doubt. So
what about
70s
this?
was
What
legit.
about those 70s and then the 80s? 80s, you got to think about how far that we come from the 40s
To shaking your uterus.
to shaking your uterus to the 70s and then the 80s, getting closer.
80s is a lot more. I mean, you got to think what 80s was in general. Big hair, rock,
I think leg warmers.
leg warmers. I think full body leotards.
Ooh, I think Jane Fonda.
I think Jane Fonda a lot.
And up. 2. Stretch it out. 3. And up. 4.
Comes to
She
that.
was about flexible enough now.
Yeah, we watched some Jane Fonda before we came on.
Yeah, she was super flexible, man. She
Watched
was
a little
on
bit
it.
longer than I planned.
Well, it's
Hey,
funny that
shout out Jane.
shout out to Jane. Anyway, what else was in the 80s?
80s. Richard Simmons. He popped off in the 80s.
Richard Simmons. I've dressed up like Richard Simmons multiple times for Halloween.
Simmons was the man. That's a perfect example of he wasn't the first to do it. People just loved him.
Yeah.
People just loved him. Same with Jane
Great.
Fonda. She had a following because she was so pretty.
Richard
and
Simmons did have a
everything.
great personality. He was a quirky dude, but he had a great personality. Good
People-
guy. He helped. Think about how many people how many fat people that dude.
I think
helped.
he had like a party the pounds away or something like that.
I mean,
was his
he
saying.
would have people on there working out that were just humongous.
He said a lot
Big
of times.
people, burn fat, man. It's
A lot of
awesome.
times I couldn't tell if he was having a good time or if he was in pain. He had that octave in his voice that was like, "Come on," and you're like, "Are you having fun?
Richard Simmons.
Are you having fun?"
Richard Simmons.
Those shorts were short.
Yeah.
Those were short.
Yeah.
They were dangerous
It'd
short.
be dangerous to get a little loose in those shorts.
That was
All right, whatever, man.
That
What about
was-
the 90s?
90s. When I think of 90s, I think couple things 90s. See, this is me. Born in 87, 90s when I started really being aware of the world around me. And I still remember my parents, my mom at least, buying Tybo,
Yeah, Tybo.
Billy Blanks.
Billy
baby.
Blanks.
Dude, Billy would kick your ass right now.
I know he would.
He'd kick my ass.
Absolutely.
He'd kick both our ass at the same time.
Billy sold, they said he sold over 500 million
500
copies.
million.
And
Millions.
you told me he started in his garage.
Yeah, I read that too.
How
Started his
motivating
garage.
is that?
Right, shout out Billy Blanks.
Absolutely.
And had like Paula Abdul come to one of his classes when he finally got into like a gym. Like he just started running a class and nobody'd seen anything
Dude, I used
like
to think
it.
Paula Abdul was so hot.
She was pretty, yeah.
God, when I was a little kid, be like 10, 12 years old. Paula Abdul. Spinning.
Spin was huge.
Spinning was invented by John Goldberg.
Uh-oh.
Goldberg.
Uh-oh.
John Goldberg from
Facts.
Africa, personal trainer, cyclist from
I
Africa.
knew for some reason I knew it was based out of Africa.
He was riding his bike when he made it to the States, was riding his bike and about got killed by a driver.
No way.
And he had this epiphany, say, hey,
What if I pedal and don't go anywhere?
yeah, what if I just pedal inside? And that's how it started, it really is.
Wouldn't it be a damn shame if a car wrecked through his house and just got him anyways?
No doubt.
That'd suck.
But think about it, man. Cycling or spinning,
That was
Tybo.
big. Tybo.
A lot of the big boot camps.
Yes.
Carmen Electra boot camp tapes.
She had the striptease one, right?
Yes.
Didn't she? Yeah.
Yes.
The at-home gym equipment became huge.
Like what?
Bowflex,
Oh yeah, the Bowflex.
Nordic track. You ever been on a Nordic track?
Yeah, they're strong, man.
Those are the most clanky. I hated them.
They're
I
horrible,
hated
but
those.
if you made yourself do a Nordic track,
The dude who invented that did it for specific cross-country skiing.
Yeah, cross-country
And then it
skiing.
just got mass
They
marketed.
say cross-country skiing is the best, burns the most calories.
Like in a condensed amount of time.
Yep, in a condensed amount of time.
I wonder if that has to do with the fact that you're doing it out in the middle of like Alaska.
Maybe. But yeah, Nordic Bowflex. My buddy's dad had a Bowflex, and you had those big arms that come out, and you
The
could
power
attach-
rods.
Yeah, the power rods.
Remember the infomercials were the best.
Those-
Just big old yoked dudes, and they're just, oh, what are these power rods?
Yeah.
And then they get on there and they're just. I'd like to think that was real. I don't know if it was real.
What's next?
The
man?
90s were great.
90s. We've gone all through them.
Dude,
90s.
so we just went from that's 60 years of fitness evolution right
Hey, but
there.
one thing we forget to say is that, man, throughout this whole time, people were pumping iron.
Still,
People
absolutely.
are pumping resistance training. These are just the trends.
It's funny.
I'd like to think if I was back in the day that I'd still be pumping weight like Arnold, and I wouldn't be all caught up in the.
For sure. Oh, we forgot. We talked about it before we started the show. The ab belts, all the different electrodes you could put on different parts of your body.
And because the infomercials would sell that stuff, I'd be excited about. I'd be like, $30.
Yeah. You'd like, what? You could just sit there and read a book.
Yep. Read a book. And have
Breaks a
shredded
wrath,
abs.
and this dude's just
Shredded abs.
God. So essentially, the whole point was to just let's get you to work out without working
Yeah.
out.
Sells, man. Still sells. There's infomercials, crazy infomercials all the time, man. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, just like these pills, man. Anyway,
Let's take them into the 2000s.
2000s. I think CrossFit.
Gotta be CrossFit.
And there's a lot of people that are either for or against CrossFit, but let's be real.
Glassman.
Let me just tell you something.
Glassman.
Let's be real. If you're a CrossFitter and you do CrossFit, you're some strong dudes, man.
They're strong people.
They are. I mean, there ain't no argument.
We've all heard
You can argue like the style of training, is it safe for everybody to do? Yes and no. But
and we're not here to do that today.
I feel like CrossFit, I hate to say it, ultimately is a big game changer.
It was for a couple different reasons. I think it was the first time they really they got weightlifting to be introduced on a large scale to more than just the oiled up bodybuilder at a Gold's Gym.
Super strong.
To be strong.
Super functionally strong.
Right. The cardiovascular training there, all the elements of what you wanted to be there, I think where the jokes come is because sometimes the injury rate was high. The injury rate's high in CrossFit.
It is.
compared
Don't
to
even
others.
act like it isn't, because it is.
It is.
The people that compete in a CrossFit game and stuff are super athletes, but that's just what they are. They're super athletes regardless. Yeah, I think. I mean, because of CrossFit, they're in great shape, but these are very talented people, you know?
I mean, I would go get beat up if I worked out with the Indianapolis Colts. I mean, at that intensity, you know? So I think that's where some people with good intentions, they jump into these classes with high elite other people, and you want to keep up.
Overall, CrossFit, strong workout, man.
Great workout.
Strong workout for sure.
Great workout. It fits in for people who just like that crazy intensity. And you just need a garage. Really.
That's it.
I mean, you just need a big open space, and you throw up a couple pull-up bars and a tire, and you opened up a CrossFit gym.
And you do the WODs. Y'all was talking about the WODs.
I'm not gonna lie, I joked about WOD a lot when it first came out. I'm like,
They're
where
good
are all these
workouts.
people talking about their WODs?
I ain't trying to knock it too much at all.
No,
Anyway, what else is in the 2000s?
Good job, Greg Glassman.
Great
2000s, kind of building off of Carmen Electra's deal, pole dancing.
Pole dancing, the pole fitness. There's still some pole
That's still
aerobic
around.
places around.
My wife Emily, she just got invited to a pole dancing class a couple weekends ago. We were at a party.
I'd watch it.
We were at a party, and a couple of the ladies were in there. We're talking about working out, and somebody pointed out that she's a trainer. And
You ever
they're
try to
like,
climb up a pole and do any of that stuff? I have. I mean, I'm just saying,
No.
it's not easy.
Well, I know. I'm smart enough to know that that's not.
You're
my
smart
idea.
enough to know there ain't no way in hell you're gonna get on a pole.
That's not my.
Your mom
lane.
and dad taught you right.
They did. If that video leaked, I don't know. But no, pole dancing, that was cool.
Another thing from the 2000s, Zumba.
Zumba's still big.
Zumba's strong. I'm not into Zumba with all that Latin dance and stuff, but I went to a big fitness trade show out in Los Angeles, and they had a huge Zumba class with like 150 people, and it was impressive. man.
If you could hula hoop, you could do Zumba.
Probably.
I bet.
I'm just not
I can
that
see you out
interested in
there.
doing Zumba. Again, not knocking it though.
No, I trained a girl at another gym, not privately, in a group setting, and she's like one of the most famous Zumba instructors. I saw her Instagram page, and she'll go to these events where she's coaching like 5,000 people.
She got some good hips on her, man.
Yeah, she does.
Nice. All right, what else, man?
Well,
Let's come to present day. We're in this past decade.
we're in the 2010s now.
Yeah.
Boutique.
No, we're not. We're past the 2010s.
I meant now with what we're talking to them about.
Yeah.
So,
So what the next big fad or trend in fitness is, we talked about wearable technology.
yes, it really is. The
That's
Fitbits,
huge. Yeah, Fitbits.
Apple Watches,
We use MyZone. which is a
MyZone heart
closed-
rate belts in here.
It's awesome.
It's cool. We got a big old TV screen up here.
We got a
in
huge
real
TV
time.
screen when you come in. You get your belt on, and people know what it is. But when you exercise, it shows your own tile with your heart rate, how many calories you burn during the class, the percentage of your max heart rate. It's all color coded based on that zone. It's awesome.
It's good. It gets people going.
You can't say it's awesome.
You look up there and you see how many calories you're burning, your heart rate.
Yeah,
like,
you see
all right.
Miss Jones is at 90%. You say, "Get it, girl."
Get it, baby.
Yeah.
Get it, baby.
Wearable technology and HIIT training, really, which is different than CrossFit.
It is. And so more of the
CrossFit is a lot of, not just, don't jump on my case here, but
They're
in
gonna jump on
general,
you.
CrossFit is a lot of big Olympic moves, which
It
are
is.
great. And a lot of times you do them for high reps. HIIT training is,
somebody out there watching, they're like, no.
yeah, they're,
no.
whatever. Listen,
Go-
HIIT training
go
is,
file your
in my
callus.
opinion, is just a better, I guess, example of a combination of a bunch of different style of training. You got your cardio, resistance, and functional
Yeah.
training. I think it just is something that combines all three of those really, really well.
Well, it is its own distinct thing, which is why we call them two different things. There's CrossFit, which is cross training. And let's get, not to keep talking about CrossFit, God, we're giving
But you
CrossFit
can
so
say
much attention.
CrossFit's scalable, but it's not as scalable.
CrossFit's
as,
a brand, actually,
well, that style of training.
Cross-training.
Cross training.
is CrossFit.
I don't think it's as scalable as a well-rounded HIIT class. We've got people in our classes, we do HIIT classes that are in their 70s will be doing a class with a 25-year-old college, he wouldn't
Right.
be college, ex-college football player. It's pretty
Yep.
cool to see.
It is. The variety I think that we can get going in a lot of these classes is cool. Obviously, we're going to brag about ourselves. I know people are thinking like,
Chucktownfitness.com, get it?
oh, you just like it because it's your gym. Well, hell yeah. That's why you made it.
What do you want me to say?
That's why you made it this way. Small at 2010s has really ushered in a lot more of the smaller. I don't like the name boutique because it sounds so like pansy to me, but technically like boutique style.
We're
gyms.
considered a boutique style, and it does sound kind of pansy.
It sounds super pansy.
That's
That's
we
why.
need to come up with a better name than boutique.
What that implies though is that it's a lot more instructor guided, coach guided, personal
Higher
trainer
service.
guided. The
Higher service.
emphasis is on let us make sure we might not be able to service as many people as just a walk in and just
But
work
we
out.
don't want to service that many people.
Right. Is on higher quality. Just like anything, right? You either go quantity of people or lesser people, but you give them a
Yeah.
higher quality. And that's what the boutique in the 2010s, the format that we do in
I
here.
don't like boutique anymore, but I've never loved it. But I say we're boutique fitness. It makes you sound so pansy. New name.
Besides boutique?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't got it right now, but it does need to be
It'll
something
come
different.
to us. I think that's a pretty good recap. Hope you like some of the little clips. I think we're officially ready to sign off. We didn't start our timer today, so I don't know how long we've been
It's
going.
been a while.
Probably too long.
Nah, they like it.
All right.
I like it. It's fun.
Peace.
Y'all.
See y'all
next
soon.
week. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween tomorrow. Peace. 17. Damn, I knew it, man.